We were raised in Netbush city limits. It was a southern town. One gin, a couple of stores. We lived out, and this was like the suburbs, but then we lived out from the suburbs And, and a small home with my father, mother, and sister. And we had horses, cows, and goats. And it's just a country town.
Then when she got about 4 years old, between 4 and 5, she started going to movies, you know, to the show with Eileen and her first cousin, Clara Mae Bullock. And when she come home, she would act the part. She would sing part of the songs. One day she fell out on the floor during an act and held her breath, and I thought she was going to die. I had to make her get up out of the floor. She said, well, that's what the lady did in the movie.
I think my mother said Cherokee, and it's been a long time, you know. I don't know which one it was, she says. I don't even know if she remembers really, but...
Cherokee and Navajo. My father was Navajo and my mother was Cherokee.
We had this particular table that we sat at each night that we were there, and the drummer wanted me to sing, and I wasn't a singer. Well, in fact, I was bashful, as well as now. And so I gave her the mic, and she began singing.
I said, would you rather sing than to be a nurse? She said, yes.
We go to my city, you get all grumpy.
And now, wait just a minute. We went to your
one time.
Well, shit.
And you left me on the highway. Drove off. Ron, didn't he? Oh, that's what I said. Left me.
We went in another car.
No, we didn't went in the car.
Oh, I'll tell you what.
I know I wasn't.
I'll tell you what.
I want you to go with me sometime like I go with you.
Okay. I'll tell you what.
I don't want to go this time.
No, you got it.
No, I want to go when I want to go. Same way you do.
No, you got it.
Don't want to be forced.
No,
I'd pray. Hey.
And I talk about you. I love you.
It says, quote, Ike Turner struck Tina on a regular basis for 16 years. With everything from shoes to coat hangers, once putting a burning cigarette to her lips.
Okay, I can stop you. I know where you're going. Okay, with all of this, if you look at Tina, you see any of those scars? She said I broke her jawbone. If you ask a doctor can tell you, if I broke her jaw, no way is she going on stage.
You admit that you have slapped Tina before, but why, Ike?
She would be walking around looking sad. With a lip drop, and I keep asking her, "And what is the matter with you? What's wrong?" And it's always nothing. And it would go on for a day or two till finally, why the don't you? And then this is where I would slap her or something. Then she would change her mood or attitude or something.
Tina has said that after a while, making love to you was like rape.
That's another lie. Boy, that chick, I swear, boy, they ain't missing no hole. Look, there are very few IKEs that I had that I didn't go with. If it's anything, man, I never even had time. I wanted to make love at home. I mean, unless it was through guilt that I don't.
Do you ever regret anything that happened between you and Tina?
No, but I don't see why I should be put down on. Whatever I did for 18 years that we were together, man, it fed us, it slept us, it raised our kids, it put them through school, it did whatever we did. And so I don't know how all of this could have been bad, man.
We never...
I need you to get out on that stage right now.
That's a lie. That's an outright lie right there. When my son was born, I was not there. I had nothing to do with her going back on stage. She got out of bed and jumped on this girl because this girl was turning tricks saying she was Tina Turner. Tina didn't want to be known as like she was no hooker. And Tina whooped the girl up, and she went on and did on stage. I think maybe my son was a day old or something. And she went back on stage. But no, these are things I admire. But see, they're making it nasty. Like, I made her go back on stage.
Priceless, girl. Priceless.
She priceless, all right. She ain't seen a dime of it yet.
That's the biggest lie in the world. There's nothing in the world that she didn't have. But no, what I'm talking about. I've told Tina, hey, why don't you get your own bank account where you want to be come ask me blah 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 blah. She said, nope, I don't want to mess with your money. I said, it's not my money, it's our money.
Can't get away from me, and I'm in here.
Do you love Tina? Do you still love
I
her?
love her, but I don't like her at all. And I don't even know. Well, other words, I love Anna Mae Bullock, the one I knew. I don't know this woman I see now. I don't like, I don't love, I don't want no part. She is like a devil or something, man. I don't know what she is, man. It's not the one I know.
The place you talking about now? Michael, don't stand on that door. Don't lean on that door like that. And the new Jag, when you first start it up, you have to turn on the, pull out the choker all the way out. Then after it starts, and it starts up, and you back out to go out or something. Then you push halfway in, let it stay halfway in until the thing gets to normal, the heating thing gets to normal. And then you push it all the way out. Look at the fish. Great. See, don't drink the water. See the fish? See? He hates those fish.
Why? You never try to get him?
My mother feeds him fish sometimes. And he thinks the same thing, like he eats it raw like that. Who likes bread? Me?
Me with a lot of butter on it.
I like
a lot of butter in it.
Yeah, I like a real lot of butter. You like bread?
Oh, that's some sandwich.
There's a big eater around here. You're doing it right. And I read in this book where it says, Michael, please, you're in my way. Said, said people that have heart attacks, usually comes from your diet. And usually people eat the same things their parents ate, their foreparents. So if you change your diet, a lot of baldness and stuff like that you won't even have because it's only through diet.
I never knew how to cook before we got married.
Well, I would have time to experiment, I guess, like if I didn't have to be in the studio and all. I think I'd probably be really out of sight cook on some other things. The one dish things. Like one thing I sure would like to cook is that tuna casserole. But I don't know how.
Oh, that's really easy.
Oh, you know how?
Yeah.
Well, I just found out that seasonings is the most important thing. All these little stuff in these jars and things. Like one time I was at the studio, and I had nothing down there. I had to cook with scraps, and it was so good. And I used everything from jars mostly, And it was just seasoned like to the taste. God, it was so good. But I remember one mistake I made. I had dinner, and I always try to do it up, where if you just have just a liver, like spaghetti or something, it's always like, okay, like when you, giving a dinner, if you don't know what you're doing, if you don't cook the other way, you know that it'll always go. Telephone, Craig. Who is it? Telephone. Craig Gaines. Yeah, I'm not sure if deep is liver, I think so. Am I right? One more lemonade? Am I right? Huh? Am I right? Am I right? I'm not gonna, you just hush. I can lose things around here. That's where I'm looking. I can't find anything. Not even on the chase lounge. Everywhere though. And it's nowhere on the chase lounge. You found it? Listen at the sound. I paid $100 for this big ass pill. I wish I could get it cut down. That's why it costs $100. It's big.
To be honest.
Is that song? Are those your trophies?
Yeah.
Don't mess my head.
And they ain't yours. Who, Ronnie's you in the way? Wait, my trophy. Where my trophy at? Get my trophy. That's a water boy trophy. It's not. My mother's new trophy. Hey, Craig. Other hand. No. Other hand. Where you just come to? Say that. Now you make yourself at home. I'm in and out. The back is like from the back. Okay.
Remember Central Park when you did that TV special? We did a tape of that too.
I don't like that. Mother.
Listen, Tina, you made the greatest exit I've ever seen on that one.
Doing that. No, doing that.
It was like you were flying off the stage.
Really?
Uh-huh, with your arms going like this.
Where?
At Central Park.
You never see, brother. You asleep.
What happened? What happened?
It was like what I was doing with my arms.
Yeah.
It looked like I was flying.
Really?
This is crazy. This home is listed for $1 million. Everything is original. That's the oven I hear. It looks like it's on. That should be off. I'm gonna contact the agent and let him know. But this is the house. Check out these curtains. I'm gonna show you a picture later on with Tina in it, and she's standing right there. With those curtains, same curtains, or blinds, or whatever they are. They're like material. Look at the sofa. Do you know how much that sofa would cost today? But this is scary. I think we should turn that off. It's on broil. Check out the phones. This is the refrigerator, guys. I'm scared to open it, but yeah, that's the refrigerator. You'll find that in some of these old homes that haven't had any updates. Laundry room. Office. Oh my gosh. It looks like, oop, dog barking. Lord, take care of me. Amen. Bathroom. Nice size garage. Clearly, this home is in its original state. And the dilemma for the new buyer will be, do you restore it, which is very expensive, but it keeps the nostalgic value, or do you just start over and make it comfortable and make it really, really, you know, modern, well, mid-century modern. You don't want to lose the character. Wow. Check it out. Check out the sofa. Chandelier with red candles. Acoustic ceilings. That's popcorn ceilings. Here's the rainforest. Oh my gosh, look at this pool. This home Did I tell you it was $1 million? A lot of this furniture is straight from Tina and Ike. Like, look at this table and these chairs. Wallpaper. Oh, I was kind of scared to turn on the lights, but we're good. There's carpet in that bathroom floor. No light in there. It's a little spooky. I don't know why, but it's like you're, I don't know, walking back in time. This is the room, one of the bedrooms. Definitely gonna cost a pretty penny to restore this home. Wow. First off, you walk in and there's the closet or dressing area. And this is like their bedroom. Anybody want to take a dip? Yeah. Look at the pool when it's all nice and clean.
Oh no? But what about what wall and
There's the fish tank.
and whatnot you got in the back there, huh? What about the way you got this place?
The sofas.
All this furniture. That fish tank, the sofas, this mountain and shit. That shit costs money, anime. I got to pay the girls and I got to pay the band. And on top of that, I'm trying to build us a studio. Oh, you own the studio. And I'd have it by now. Sing the songs the way I tell you to sing them, anime.
Red carpets. She likes red. I'm not a big fan of red myself, but I love me some Tina Turner. Not that fond of Ike. Anyway, here's a bathroom. Well, at least it has plumbing for 2 sinks, but it's a good space where you could have a really large master bath. Or just restore it. That's going to be the dilemma. Restore it, you know, or just kind of come in with some new ideas. Okay, I'm going back to the front, guys. Guys, I'm going to show you a picture with Tina Turner standing at this bar. When it was in all its glory. Very cool. This is the front of the home. The street. Palm trees. I love palm trees. That's why I love LA. That's it, guys.
Wow. Look at that, the original wallpaper over there. There's the pool. And they, somewhere in here, I'll have to find it, they had a waterfall in the living room that hadn't been really used in a long time, but that was original. I think it was from the pictures that I saw, it was actually over here. And here's the furniture I was telling you about. This was the furniture that Ike bought and that's lived in this house the entire time. Those are the original curtains. Look at that. The original couch. That is insane. Right here, there was a waterfall, an indoor waterfall that you could see in the movie. Let's go walk through the house. How I know that is because the ceiling is mirrored, and when the house was purchased by the people from Ike, they bought it with the circular bed that was right here. That is insane. And you know what? I'm going to take this whole chunk with me, and maybe we'll do some sort of giveaway. And yeah, like one thing that I read and that Jasmine read as well was the people that were selling this in 2016. I don't think it's been sold. I think it's still on the market because I think there was still a sign out front for sale. We'll check when we leave. But one of the things that she said was that when she got the house from Mike, everything came with it, and she had done very little altering over the years. Really, like I said, all she had done was she didn't like the red velvet sofas, and so she had them reupholstered in that khaki flavoring color. But man, look at that. The house where the Ike and Tina review would have created and lived for, God, 15 years that I know of, because the interviews I saw with PP, one of the Ikeettes, said that it was in 1962 that she was hired as an Ikeette, and that was when Ike decided to move the whole operation permanently from being partially in Los Angeles and St. Louis to permanently being out here in Los Angeles. In, like I said, what was at one point known as Black Beverly Hills in those days.
No license. Sir, shit, I ain't got no motherfucking license either.
It's Thursday, December 13th, 1984, and it's 5:30 a.m. Deputy Swope, did you arrest Mr. Turner for driving under the influence of an alcoholic beverage and or controlled substance?
I did.
Thank you, sir. You understand, Mr. Turner, that you have been arrested for driving under the influence of an alcoholic beverage?
I understand I've been driving under motherfucking influence, but I understand that I wasn't also driving. I wasn't driving.
But you do understand that you have been arrested, sir?
I understand that I've been arrested.
At this time, we're conducting a criminal investigation which is being videotaped by Broward Sheriff's Office for court presentation only. You understand that, sir?
I guess so. You got the motherfucking camera shining on me.
I'm going to ask you to try to do some physical performance tests. I will demonstrate them to you. When I feel you understand each of them, then I will ask you to perform them. Do you understand that, sir?
Yeah, I understand that, too.
First is a balance test. You'll stand with both your feet together, arms at your sides, sir.
I'm going to tell you just like this. I'm going to tell you just like this. I'm drunk. Yeah, I've been drinking, but I wasn't driving. The motherfucking officer, he saw a motherfucker jump in my lap, and I told her to get off, and she got off, and he stopped me.
Sir?
I'm guiding the car. Hey, I don't want to hear that shit. Hey, I don't even want to hear it. Hey,
sir,
whatever you have to do, you do the motherfucking shit. The motherfucker, hey,
Mr. Turner.
She must be getting him some pussy or something.
Mr. Turner.
I don't even want to hear that shit. Hey,
Mr. Turner. Are you going to do the physical performance test?
Well,
ask you to,
I'll do the physical performance test, but like I said, I was drinking, but I wasn't motherfucking driving.
Sir,
the motherfucker say what he want to motherfucking say.
Are you going to do the physical
Hey, you see what
test?
I say? Hey, you come up here and see what, hey.
Mr. Turner.
Yeah.
Let's do the physical performance test, please.
What physical performance test?
Put both feet together.
All right.
Toes together, sir. Both toes. Let's go. Both toes. Arms at your sides, head tilted back, and eyes closed. I'll tell you when. Close your eyes, please. Keep them closed. Open your eyes, sir, and relax. Open your eyes, both of them, and please watch me for the next test. That's enough. That's finished. Next is a finger-to-nose test.
All right.
You stand with both your feet together, your arms shoulder height, and sir, watch me. Index fingers only are extended. Tilt your head back and close your eyes. When I ask you to, are you watching me?
I'm watching you.
When I ask you to, you bring the left arm out in front of you, the tip of your finger, touch the tip of your nose, and automatically extend it back out shoulder height. Same as with the right arm. Do you understand that, sir?
Yeah.
Would you put your feet together, please?
Yeah.
Arm shoulder height. Extend your index fingers only. Oh, sir. Tilt your head back and close your eyes.
You close your eyes?
Sir, I'm not doing the test.
But you close your motherfucking eyes.
Sir.
Huh?
Tilt your head back and close your eyes.
If you can't close your eyes, why I got to close my motherfucking eyes?
Because you are the one that's taking the test.
Huh?
Tilt your head back and close your eyes.
Did you tilt your head back and close your eyes?
Tilt your head back and close your eyes.
Is you drunk?
Sir, are you refusing this test?
No. Yeah, I'm refusing the motherfucking test.
All right, he refuses the testing. Sir, don't yell. Come back here, sir.
I'm telling the motherfucker I wasn't driving. I know I wasn't driving.
Fine. That concludes the physical portion of the video. The time is 5:35. Maybe have the arresting deputy, please.
I told him I might be motherfucking drunk. I know I wasn't motherfucking driving.
Mr. Turner,
go on and put the handcuffs on me, man. Hey, fuck this shit. I don't want no goddamn shit. Hey, fuck this dumb shit.
Right.
Put the handcuffs on me,
You've
man.
been arrested for driving while intoxicated, driving while under the influence of alcoholic beverages, model glue.
I refuse to answer any question on the grounds that they may incriminate me.
For urine test or both.
I refuse to answer any questions under the grounds that they may incriminate me.
Suspension of your privilege to operate a motor
I
vehicle.
refuse to answer any questions under the grounds that they may incriminate
Period of
me.
1 year if your driving privilege has been previously suspended as a result of a refusal to submit to such test. Your refusal to submit to a chemical urine test is admissible into evidence against you in any criminal proceeding. You understand what I read to you?
Hell no, but I refuse to answer any questions under the grounds that they may incriminate me.
You want me to explain this to you?
No, hell no. You explain them to my motherfucking lawyer.
You realize
You explain them to my lawyer.
will be suspended, right? You realize that, right? If you
What?
refuse to take the breath
Hey
test.
man, my license is already suspended. I'm already under
Are you
suspension.
going to take a breath test?
What?
You going to take a breath test?
What motherfucking breath test?
You going to take a breath test?
Hell no!
Listen, sir. Sir, Mr. Turner, I must read you your Miranda warning. I need a verbal yes or no to each question.
I want you to put the motherfucking handcuffs on me and take me to motherfucking jail.
You have the right.
Fuck the goddamn shit! I'm tired of this motherfucking shit! Y'all fucking with me. I don't want to hear this shit.
Don't touch me again. That concludes the video. Now.
If everything Tina says about you is true, then you're a bad man.
Well, I would say this. Maybe so, if it was true. But if that's what it took to make her what she is today, then I have no regrets. There's no scars on Tina. You can take a real close look at her. She's never had any skin graft on her face anywhere. If I put coffee on her and she got, from what I understand, she said 33 and 30 degree burns or whatever it was, I'm sure that she would have to have some skin graft or something.
Like how bad were you into cocaine?
Oh, I was terrible, man. Terrible. Best thing happened to me was when I went to jail, man. And so that's when I got my life back together. I can gladly say now, man, that I've been clean now, man, for 5 years, a little over 5 years.
Is Tina a classy lady?
A what?
Classy.
Classy lady?
Yeah.
I think so. She used to be. I don't know anything about her today, man, because in other words, she talked with an accent like an English accent or Australian accent or something.
Where would she be now if she'd never met you?
Yeah, probably in St. Louis, nurse's aide at Barnes Hospital.
Did you make that much difference to her life?
Well, I think so. There was better singers. They look better. They dance better. They perform better, But she was just the one that I chose in my group to be
It's
out.
my only way of communicating. Yes, Ike was a violent man when I met him with his ladies before, his women before. I knew that he was a violent person. I also knew that he had a mental problem, and this is not sort of featured in the movie. Yes, he was a brutal man. He had some problems from childhood, and it sort of reflected in his life.
Tina, as you know, Ike says your allegations aren't true. Let me show you a brief clip where he answers my question on beating you.
Well, what I did do to Tina is like I've slapped Tina. The only time I ever punched Tina in my life was the last fight that we had, and that was in Dallas, Texas. This is the last time we broke up. I have slapped her anytime. When I say slapped her, it's like I think we lived a lie. Our whole life was a lie.
Tina, what do you say to that?
I don't want to start an argument with Ike Turner via satellite. Everyone knows, everyone that worked for Ike and Tina in those days know what happened. I can see why someone would want to deny it. It shows, not a very good character, but I have nothing to say.
Okay, he said about you that he believed you didn't want to be black. I'd like you to see him now say that.
She don't even associate with anybody that knew the two of us. Other words, there's not one black employee around her. None, not even a musician.
Tina, what do you say to that?
Well, how can I explain? When I hired my band, the auditions was open, but no one came. No black people came. My success came from Europe, let's say a white country, even though black people are there. Australia, England. All of my success did come from a white country. So what can I say? I mean, I can't just wait around and depend on my race to help me to become successful. If there's another race there to help, these days you got to go for what's there.
So basically you had a white market?
Yes, that I had white people that cared about my success and that helped. It actually came from another country. You know, that's just how it happened. What can I say? It was my luck. It had nothing to do with chance. It was just how it was. I'm happy it's how it was.
You talk about him having sex around the house in unusual circumstances, even when the children were there. Here's what he had to say about that.
She knew what I liked, and just like for 4 years, she was getting girls for me. I mean, I would tell her, go get this girl and send her over to the house, etc. So she knew what I liked and disliked about women.
Tina?
Yeah, I knew what he liked and disliked because they were all around me. Yes, Ike's women were basically the secretaries, the Ikeettes, and I don't recall actually getting women for Ike. I was friendly with everybody that was there, but actually I had no freedom to go out and get anybody because we were all basically locked in, so there was no freedom for this kind of a thing. Whoever was there was whoever he had brought in, you know, that's how it was.
You seem very calm and accepting about the bad times with him, and even seeing those clips, you take it pretty calmly.
I'm past it. It's been 16 years since I haven't been with Ike. And the movie and the book is bringing me back to the past of something that was really awful. My life is wonderful at the moment. I hold no anger. And it doesn't matter to me what a lot of people say, you know. I know the difference. I'm a happy person now, and I don't dwell on unhappiness.
For a long time, I did hate Ike. I have to say that. But then after he died, I really realized that he was a sick person. He was an ill person, and so he did get me started, and he was good to me in the beginning. So I have some good thoughts. Maybe it was a good thing that I met him. That I don't know.
I was defending Ike. Why was I defending Ike? Because when I was in 6th grade, 5th grade, 7th grade, junior high school in South Central LA, me and my homeboys, we'd go play at the playground or something, and Ike would drive by in his Rolls Royce with his homeboy. He'd stop. He'd go get his homeboy to go get hamburgers and fries. He'd sit there and talk to us for 2 hours, tell us to be drug-free, stay in school, keep your stuff together. He'd talk to us about the problems we were having. You know, he was always a nice guy. And then Tina had a matching Rolls Royce. The windows are tinted. If you wave at Ike, he'd roll the window down and smile at you, stop and talk. Unless he'd say, I'm busy, guys, you know, like, I'll be back. You know, how long you gonna be here? You know, and he'd come back, just like you said. Tina would start calling you greasy, black, pickaninny, she didn't give you permission to talk to her. Like, damn. You know, she called you all kinds of bad things. And this isn't one or two instances, because Ike, you know, he was out there doing what people are supposed to do about uplifting the community. You talk about the young men out there that need some guidance. Ike was always out there telling us to be straight, stay in school, work hard, and it's all about your mind, not how much you can hustle. What are you doing to make a difference? And we saw him get brutalized by that woman, get hit with objects and stuff. It ain't like, you know, like we're looking like, damn, did you see how she hit him with that thing? I know that hurt. Now, it isn't that he wouldn't hit back, but we always saw her started. And she had a horrible attitude. And then finally, the last time I saw this, I'm standing about less than the distance from here to this wall in the room, standing in line at Vaughn's Market on Crenshaw right at the railroad tracks. I was in college, and there was some young ladies who were attending my former high school, Dorsey High, and they had on the sweatshirts. And Tina was about 4 people up in the line, and it was 4 of these young girls, and they were whispering, "Is that Tina Turner? Oh my God, it is, it is." So one of them got enough nerve to say, "Miss Tina, may I speak?" She called her a bitch and said, "Oh, I didn't give you permission to talk to me. I'll slap the black off of you. Don't you dare talk to me without my permission." And the girls started crying. I said, damn. So, I mean, when they had that stuff like "What's Love Got to Do with It," and they put all that stuff out, I said, damn, man, that's cold the way they doing the brother. And he had 2 cases in my court. We did real live arbitration under California Supreme Court's blessing. You know, we're doing real contract arbitration. You know what the 2 cases he had were? He and his wife, they had a trust fund that they set up. And out of the fund, they were paying for women to escape abuseful spouses and boyfriends. If they left, it was a gift. If they went back twice, it was a loan. So they're in there getting the money back as a loan because the particular women in question went back to the abusing boyfriend or former spouse. So that's what they were doing. It's not that, you know, there wasn't violence on both sides, but if you grew up in L.A., my generation, you know, Ike was a good guy. He did that kind of stuff that we tell artists, you know, you need to go back there and start straightening these boys out. Talk to them, counsel them, you know, tell them what time life is. So we saw what happened. So that's why I said what I said. It wasn't particularly being vicious to her. It's just like Ike talked to me, by the way, after the episodes aired and he could talk under FCC guidelines. I ran into him at a place called Spago's. It's an upscale restaurant in Beverly Hills. So we're talking. He said, "Judge, I swear I didn't know they were going to do that. I didn't have any hard feelings. I signed off on the release. I didn't know they were going to make me this kind of demon. You know, it's not that we didn't have things." I said, "Brother," and then I ran down, "You were there?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "And remember that thing up in Baldwin Hills? You remember the time you came next door and all these brothers over there playing football for Dorsey, and there was a barbecue going on in your neighbors, and she hit you across the back of the head with the rake when you were down there, and she was cussing at you because you had a mental block?" And you said, "Yeah." "You were there?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "I remember that." I said, "Now you chased her down the street afterwards throwing Coke bottles at her, but she whacked the devil out of you with that rake." You know, but I'm a just man. I couldn't let that go unaddressed where you made this guy that was a hero to so many young men because he talked to us, you know, badmouth him, and he's dead, not here to defend himself. See, it's like, and then I give you context too. You run into, a long time ago, you run into somebody, "Hey man, what you doing?" "Oh man, I'm a barber, man. I got it together." "Hey man, congratulations. You know, it was marginal coming out of John Muir Junior High School, man, on Vermont and 62nd in L.A. Brother, yeah, man, it was awful. Yeah. You made it." "Yeah, man, I'm so glad. You know what helped me?" And this is before this stuff even came an issue. "Ike, man, you remember Ike? We used to come talk to us?" "Yeah." "That helped you too?" "Yeah, man, it kept me some focus, man." And I'd every time I'd start drifting, I'd be listening to Ike in my head about stay straight, man. So I said, yeah, I'm a barber, man. So I've gone and got my college degree, used my barber earnings to pay for my education, man. It's some, yeah, man, I thank that brother. And this is long time before I had that show, you know, but, you know, you get these stories. So just out of righteousness, you can't let that somebody be turned into a demon that has a whole lot to be said about what he did to help.
I went to see him. My first impression, there he was,
his suit fit him immaculate, you know, because he was so tiny. He was like a model or something, you know. And I said, you know. So he's standing on top of a piano, and the band is really going, you know. And I felt like, wow, I'd like to sing with this band, you know. Well, I don't have any plans. My plans are Ike's plans, which are his plans is that the studio is successful, which I think it will be. And Ike wants, like for instance, when we were with the Rolling Stones, and Ike walked out and he looked at that place, and all those people, like so many people there that the floor, the concrete floor was like moving, you know. He says, I want Ike and Tina to fill this place. Just Ike and Tina.
Why do you think you found yourself thinking about him, someone who caused you so much pain?
I get emotional with certain conversations. I get emotional because in the beginning, Ike was very good to me. I thought he was the ugliest person I'd ever seen. I'd never seen anybody that skinny, but he had a presence. And then I watched him and he got on stage and he started, I thought, oh wow, I want to sing with that band. The record company, he said, here's the record. And I said, who's Tina? He said, you're Tina.
And you said your name is Tina Turner?
Yeah, he says, you're Tina. And I said, Tina Turner? It was really hard to say in the beginning.
Oh, yeah.
That is when he took over the money, the name, the
Blacks
whole
don't
control.
really like blues.
Why not?
I don't know. I think that I'm speaking mostly of the young black generation.
They consider it old-fashioned. They consider it old-fashioned. Like when I was growing up, my parents' radio was blues, so we're used to it. And so we think like, I think the young generation thinks like, well, that's old-fashioned, that's out, that's no more.
Yeah, well, I don't think, and then what I think to the white audience, it's new.
Sex is very important in your show, and what's your comment on that?
Well, I think excitement is very important in our show. As I've said before, it's so strange to me how the eyes that people see our show with, they think sex only. I wondered once that if I didn't do a little skit that Ike and myself do, I've Been Loving You Too Long, from the song, from the album About a Season. I wondered if we never did that song, would it still be considered sex? And then I came to the conclusion of talking to you earlier today that maybe it's just a natural thing with our show, like it's a little bit of everything, and sex just falls in naturally.
What about the clothing? Who decides about that?
Oh, well, I used to do it. Tina do it now.
Well, it came about with the band. In the beginning, they were wearing the suits and the ties. So then things changed. And so, like, Ike never made a rule to the band, don't wear suits or this or that. Like, everybody just sort of started being mod, and sweaters and things. It was just a thing to do now. Just like you change your diet. So, right?
Yeah, well, I would think it's more free. Music is more freer today than before. And I think the same thing as far as dressing. You want to dress where you feel comfortable to perform.
Girls don't wear bras.
Oh, yeah, well, it took me years to get Tina out of a bra, man. No. But, the girls, like Tina and the girls, they usually dress. And everybody else just casual. Because that way you can just let your hair down. Like, if we go in Las Vegas now, we have to put on suits, man. And man, you don't know how hot it is to put on a white starched shirt, with a tie. It'd kill you,
Well, the thing about the bra, it's like, I never really, tried to, get me out of it. It was the style that came in where you couldn't wear, a bra with the see-through dresses. You wear body stocking now. This is more or less like that sort of thing.
No way.
We never planned that.
No, look.
For stage. In other words, you're saying now that you planned sex for the show and we never planned it.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying, in 1966, well, if I go back as far as 1961, there was a girl came on stage with a short dress. But she didn't have on any stockings, like the stockings they wear today, And so I like the idea because, men like legs. I mean, some men, I do. And in 1966, when we came over to London with the Rolling Stones, man, I was trying to get Tina into a mini dress, man. Woo. No way. So I went downtown in London, and I bought like $3,000 worth of minute dresses, and I brought them back and gave them to her. And so that started it. And I'm trying to think, when did she get out of a bra?
I went to Laura Lazar and bought all the see-through things. You couldn't wear, you had to wear body stockings with them. The black dress, remember?
No, but you came out of that bra before then. Yeah,
Well,
she
anyway.
came. Yeah, right. We only went to Paris in '68. Tina was going without a bra in '67. Right?
Well, okay, next question.
But anyway, she needed a bra on because the other night, huh?
Oh, come on.
Well, I was always
How
traveling.
old are you as a mother?
I was as good as I could be. I took them with me on school vacations, and I had family and very good housekeepers to sort of take care of them. And
Would you like
and
to see
being
them in the
boys,
music world?
I don't mind if it's what they want to do. I'm the type of mother, by being a traveling person, I can tell them what the options are, and then I think it's right for them to make the decisions and experience what they have to experience, and then they can truly know what they want to do. I think that's healthier at their ages, especially.
So, Ike Jr., you and your mother,
Mm-hmm.
y'all still talk?
I haven't talked to my mother probably about going on 3 years.
3 years?
My mother lives in France. She hasn't talked to any of my brothers.
She don't contact nobody or talk to nobody?
Nobody.
Huh?
None of them.
She's overseas, over in France?
She's in France.
Disconnected, huh?
That's exactly.
She done got married, honey.
She got married again.
Wow. A new world.
But you know, she's doing a musical. It
She so is.
in March. It starts in March. of next
Somebody
year.
about to get some royalty checks when they do that musical. It's about to be on and crack. All right.
Right.
Go ahead,
You about to
yeah.
get paid?
Yeah, do the
Oh, yeah.
musical. Go ahead. Cause
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Yeah, do the musical.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Because
Wow.
you know they the kids
So-
got the catalog,
Yeah.
so you know.
nobody, none of the kids talk to her, communicate with her.
Oh
huh?
no.
She
And
could
I
have.
talk to them almost every week. Nobody talks to her.
Really?
Really?
Mm-mm.
How can you not talk to your children?
Nope. They get
Man,
checks.
what's up with that?
They get checks, and that's all she care about. Don't talk to me here. No, they get checks every 2 weeks. They don't. Even my brother Michael. I stopped my checks probably 10 years ago.
Stop getting checks?
Yeah, I stopped them. I didn't want them checks from her. I was doing just fine.
We sure could have used them checks now.
Man, come on.
I know that's right.
You should have kept the checks.
So, but Michael and Ronnie and them still getting their checks?
Oh yeah, they get checks. Oh yeah, every 2
from
weeks.
Tina still gives them a check.
Craig, Ronnie, and Michael. Oh yeah.
Wow. Now, where is Craig at?
Craig's in Studio City,
California.
Ronnie's in Woodland Hills, and Michael's in San Diego.
Oh, still all out in California.
Mm-hmm.
Are they married, children, what?
Ronnie married
Ronnie
Peter,
married.
Yeah,
a French girl.
Yeah, right. Good. Yeah, bright skin, long.
Yeah, real
right.
pretty.
Yeah, pretty girl.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, right.
Dang, wow.
Okay.
She's
And I never would have shocked that. Yeah, she's an entertainer.
She's an entertainer too. She's real famous over in Paris and
Oh,
France.
in France, yeah,
Oh,
she's doing
She's
very
big time in
Yeah.
France.
Ronnie Turner. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Wow.
And Michael's just living. Michael's in a wheelchair. Michael's had several strokes and seizures.
Yeah, no.
Oh, my goodness.
And Craig's in the real estate.
He's in real estate.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I remember even back then, Michael had kind of had some issues going on with him back in the day.
Right.
You know, hopefully, man, he can overcome some of that, and you know, and
He's hanging on in there.
is he hanging on in there?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You call Ronnie. I mean, Michael. You never know what he's crazy.
Right.
Him talking off
I
that.
talked to Michael and hand her the phone.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're like, Michael, slow down.
I got you.
You sound just like his daddy.
Yeah. It was you. You had brothers.
I have three brothers.
Three
and one
brothers,
sister.
Craig and
Craig, Ronnie, and Michael.
Michael.
And Mia.
Right, and Mia. Right, man. How is you guys' relationship today?
Mia's looking at us now. Hi, Mia.
Yeah, me and my sister Mia is real close, and Ronnie,
Yeah.
and Michael.
Yeah.
I have to stay on Michael because he's kind of sick, but other
Yeah.
than that,
Uh-huh.
Ronnie's doing great. Mia, yeah.
Man, tell Ronnie hello, man. You
I
know,
sure will as
tell
soon
him
as I
Bobby-
leave here.
Bobby, what all instruments you play,
My
man?
first instrument was drums until my mother started making me break my drums down. Every day. So the piano was always there. Set up.
at the family
Yeah, in the
house?
family room. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I started playing piano.
I remember being a little girl and my aunties and uncles going up to L.A. because I was born and raised in San Diego, and they were always going up to L.A. to
okay.
see Ike and Tina Turner all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was a big thing. They come back with the hats and all the little, you know,
He
back
was-
in the day, they used to party.
He was real
They used to
protective
get
of the
down.
Mike Hess, wasn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Heck yeah, don't I know?
Ann Thomas.
Ann Thomas, that's my sister's mom.
Yeah, your sister's mom.
Mhm.
Right, He right, didn't right. play.
But one thing about him, though, he had the biggest heart in the world.
Yeah, he did.
My father, I mean, like when he came from Clarksdale to St. Louis, from St. Louis to California, he took care of 56 people.
Wow.
You name me anybody that's brought 56 people from one state to another.
And took care of them.
And took care of them.
Yep.
And their kids.
Paid
Yeah.
they
And
rent
put them up.
and took their families and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't put that in the movie.
Yeah.
No.
No.
What
Oh,
do you
no.
think? Is your perception of that movie? What's
Yeah,
Love
tell
got
the
to do
truth.
with it?
Tell us.
I think it's 30% accurate.
30%. I believe it.
Yeah.
They didn't really show my father's heart.
Yeah.
You know, they show, and that's how they make their money.
That's right. That's right.
It's showing violence.
Yeah.
Americans, or I'm gonna say people in general, are more perceptive to violence.
America.
Yeah.
America.
Well, I will say,
Kim.
I know one thing for sure. I know that rape scene was ridiculous.
Oh, that was way
He
out
ain't
of
never
line.
do no
Yeah.
crap like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I know
Oh, the
that's
one in
crazy.
the little studio in the little.
Yeah, no.
Oh.
Choking her, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Raping her.
That was way out of hand.
Way out.
Yeah. What was it like growing up in the household, man?
Very disciplined. My mother was extremely strict.
Yeah.
I mean,
Y'all were in Baldwin Hills, right?
was in Windsor Hill.
In Windsor Hill,
across,
okay.
across from
yeah.
Baldwin Hills.
across-
But
right,
my mother
right.
was very strict. It wasn't about spraying Amway on the chandeliers with the towel. We had to get up there and clean each one. I mean, windows inside and out. We had mirrors on the ceiling and on the walls. We had to get up there and clean all this right here. Oh no, my mother was no joke. It was about discipline.
Tina did that, huh? It was all discipline.
Oh
right there.
yeah.
Y'all
we were bad.
Yeah, Lord.
I mean, if your parents was gone 8-9 months out of the year, you'd be bad too.
Yeah, that's
Y'all
true.
was bad boys, huh?
Yeah, we were bad.
They used to run all of the
Housekeepers, yeah, all the housekeepers were gone.
Eileen, his auntie used to tell us all about it. I'm like, oh, they were
My
reckless.
mother and father would come back. We'd have been in the house for 2 or 3 weeks by ourselves.
Oh my goodness.
Y'all ran the housekeepers off.
If we didn't like them,
Wow.
They were terrible.
we were bad. I'm not gonna say we weren't. And as you get older, you kind of understand.
Yeah. Well, y'all,
I got my 2 Grammys. I paid my debt.
yeah. You did get now your Grammys that you got. Tell our audience what you got them for. Those Grammys.
I got a Grammy for Rising with the Blues. I produced an album on my father. And my second Grammy, I started another category, an album produced and engineered by the same person.
Okay. Great.
Wow.
I'm going to try to ask you lightly.
Okay, go ahead.
I saw you on Judge Joe Brown. I saw you.
I remember that.
You and Ike Turner on Judge Joe Brown.
Yeah. We
What
sure
was
did
that
it.
all about?
Honey, we was on there making money, child.
That's what that was. Just
That's what
making
that was
money.
all about. They handed me a check for about $3,000 to do that little segment. And me after we left, me, Junior, me, Senior, Oliver, we went on the boulevard over there in Beverly Hills and went shopping.
All game, wasn't it?
Yep.
It's all game. I said it.
Right after we slapping each other 5. What's up? Yeah, you did that.
Yeah, right.
We was backstage.
Hollywood, huh?
Yeah. So I know a lot of people going, oh, you know what happened? You know, y'all still mad at each other? I'm like, we were never mad at each other.
Wow.
Now, another side of Ike. We all know the Ike Turner portrayed in What's Love Got to Do With It as a verbally and physically abusive husband. But in this Daily Mail TV exclusive, Ike's daughter Mia reveals an Ike she says people never knew, and what she shares about their home life may shock you.
All they see is the brood on the big screen. No, Daddy had a heart. He was kind. He was generous. He was a prankster. He was human.
Mia is the daughter Ike Turner had with Ann Thomas in 1969, while he was married to Anna Mae Bullock, better known as Tina Turner, when they were at the height of their success as the Ike and Tina Turner Review. The now 50-year-old Mia says not only did Tina accept that Ike had a daughter with another woman during their marriage, believe it or not, her father, mother, and Tina, along with their half and stepbrothers, all lived together under one roof.
As complex a situation as that was with your mother and Tina and Ike and your brothers, Tina really treated you
Like I was her own. I felt I was a blessed little girl because I had 2 moms. We were just one big happy family. It was Disneyland, literally. We had from Natalie Cole to Shaka Khan You name it, they were there. We had a lot of fun.
Mia says while she mostly remembers those fun times, she does admit to witnessing arguments. Mia does acknowledge that there were physical fights like the ones portrayed in the film.
Not condoning it, but during those times, it was common. Everybody did it. But the difference is, Daddy's was put up on the big screen. So I asked people that were around during that time, did Daddy do this? Well, they said, well, it wasn't just one-sided the way the movie portrayed it. Well, they would just get into arguments and they would smack each other. I'm not here to badmouth Tina, not at all, because I love her still as if she's my mom. But my whole thing is, I want everyone to know the truth. What really happened is what really happened.
Mia says what didn't really happen was the rape depicted in the movie.
Go on then. The rape scene, it was made Hollywood. It didn't happen.
Because
Yes.
Tina said again in her recent autobiography that she was
Felt like she was raped. There's a big difference between feeling like and actually being raped. Not condoning. Daddy was higher than a kite. When you're on the other side, it's like, let's just get it over with. Do what you gotta do and leave me alone. But a physical, actual rape never happened.
Tina Turner left Ike in 1976. Their divorce was finalized 2 years later after 16 years of marriage. Tina kept Ike's name and went on to amazing success without him. Mia says Ike finally married her mother in 1981, and the marriage lasted 14 years. Mia blames Ike's drug use for the breakup and much of his abusive behavior. She also claims Ike was sexually molested as a child starting when he was just 6 years old. Mia says while she's not making excuses for him,
My dad had issues, yes. Drugs were a contributor to those issues along with the demons from his childhood. Daddy had issues. We all got issues.
Ike Jr., the son of Lorraine Taylor, Ike Sr.'s first wife, came out in a 2018 interview and said, Tina raised me from the age of 2. She's the only mother I've ever known. But I haven't talked to my mother since God knows when, probably around 2000. I don't think any of my brothers have talked to her in a long time either. Tina has 4 children. Craig, now 60, born after she had a fling with a saxophonist as a teenager. Ronnie, 57, her and Ike's only child together. And Ike Jr., 59. And Michael, 58, born to Ike Sr. and his first wife, but adopted by Tina when she married the star in 1962. Ike Jr. said he made peace with his father before his death from a cocaine overdose 11 years ago. I think it's real late, said Ike Jr., adding that he suffered at the hands of his father, who pistol whipped him after he began working as Tina's sound engineer. When my mother and father separated, he did not want me working for her, and he beat me in the head with a nickel-plated .45 pistol. Did you know that Tina Turner was a sister wife? When I read what Mia Turner had to say, Ike Turner's daughter, I said, really, bitch? Really, bitch? Well, I guess there's a lot we don't know about Miss Tina, girl, and that they left out of the movie What's Love Got to Do with It. I ain't lying. So, let's get into it. Mia said she did not witness any brutality on her father's part herself and has struggled to come to terms with her father's violence towards Tina, but not rape. Obviously, I wasn't there that night, but after I saw the movie, I called Tina's sister Eileen and said, "What in the world?" She then called Tina and confirmed to me that it never happened. In Tina Turner's official autobiography, My Love Story, written in 2018, she describes years of physical and sexual abuse from her former husband and musical partner. In one shocking passage, Tina writes, "For me, though, sex with Ike had become an expression of hostility, a kind of rape, especially when it began or ended with a beating." Ike, who died in 2007, denied raping and beating Tina in his own autobiography called Taking Back My Name, written in 1999. But he admitted to hitting Tina during their tumultuous relationship, which began in the late 1960s. Mia said a high percentage of Tina's account has been accurate. When she signed off on the movie, it was the way she wanted. but it was edited heavily afterwards. Mia Turner grew up in two worlds. During the week, she stayed with her maternal grandmother in California, where she attended her dance and piano recitals. My grandmother didn't want me to grow up in the industry. But on the weekends, Mia stayed with Ike, Tina, and her mom, along with her 4 half-brothers who all lived together at their home in View Park, Los Angeles. She said, "I didn't know any different. I wanted mom and dad to stop traveling so much. I didn't know that they were touring and that they were making money to provide for us. I couldn't wait to go to Los Angeles. I wanted to be with Tina, Ike, and my mom." Mia's biological mother, Margaret Ann Thomas, was a member of the Ikeettes, Tina and Ike's backup singers, who had a long-time affair with Ike while he was married to Tina. My daddy still called Tina Anna Mae and called my mom Ann Thomas. In the early 60s, my dad and Tina had played a hole in the wall in Bakersfield, California. Ike asked my mother to have dinner with him and Tina. He asked her to be a part of the band. My mom said, "Are you crazy? I can't sing. I can't dance." Tina was aware of Ike and my mother's affair. In 1968, she became pregnant with me. My mother and Tina were best friends. They had diamond love heart necklaces, which was their friendship bracelets at the time. They were closer than close. Mia was born in 1969 in Bakersfield and originally named Cicely Rochelle Turner. Mia says Ike changed her name to Mia when she was 8 months old. My dad did not want me to grow up and be called Sissy. He loves Mia Farrow. He was a big fan. I can picture Tina standing in the kitchen cooking dinner. People think icons don't do that, but in our house, Ann Thomas, Tina, and our housekeeper Liz all cooked. Daddy was the taster. He would go to each pot and say, "We need more salt in this one." Life changed drastically when Tina finally fled Ike's abuse in 1976, escaping from the Hilton Hotel in Dallas, Texas, across a highway shortly after Ike had beaten her bloody in the back of a limousine. Mia got a first-hand account from Ann Thomas, her mom. My mother was in the car with Ike and Tina, and we spoke about this several times. I was hoping she would say, "I don't know," but she said that Tina slapped Daddy. He went back at her, and it escalated. Once they got into the hotel room, Ike was out on the couch, passed out. My mother said, "Anna Mae, Ike's out. This is your chance. You're not going to get out if you don't leave now. Run and don't ever look back." And that's what Tina did. Mia said that her mother, Ann, was left at the Hilton Hotel from which Tina had fled to face an irate Ike. Later, he grabbed my mother and said, "You allowed Tina to leave?" My mother said, "Hell, Ike, I told her to leave because between the both of you, it's toxic." Mia continued, "They were supposed to go on stage in an hour. He lost money that night because Tina wasn't there. He was furious. He stormed out of the room, told the band to go home. He just stayed and got high." My mother wasn't afraid of Ike. On drugs, he was unpredictable, but my mother always stood up to him. She wasn't one of those women that goes, "Okay." Not that Tina was either. She'll stand up to you and go, "Bring it. I'm that girl from Nutbush." Tina and Ike divorced in 1978. For Mia, it was a devastating time when she lost her other mom. It hurt me deeply because I was still young, wondering if she'll ever come back. Tina and the boys left. My mom and dad left LA and moved to Mount Olympus. The studio caught on fire and burned down. Everything I knew was gone. Mia says she was 24 when the movie What's Love Got to Do With It came out. She was devastated by the portrayal of her father and began doubting what she knew about her childhood. When the movie came out, it took me 10 times to get through it. I couldn't do it. I asked my dad, "How could you allow Mom, meaning Tina, to portray you like this?" He said, "I signed off, trusting that Anna Mae would portray me correctly, not lying or tweaking anything. The real story, I got paid $50,000 that I wouldn't say anything afterwards." I saw the movie in the theater and I'm thinking, who is this guy? It's not my dad. I called my birth mother, Ann. She said, "There's some things I need to tell you. There was physical abuse." I asked my dad, how could he do this? He messed up 2 families. He said, "Baby, I'm sorry. I regret the things I have done because it was the drugs. I told him he was using drugs as an excuse. I have zero tolerance for a person laying a hand on anybody. People think I'm going to automatically protect my daddy, but wrong is wrong and right is right. My grandmother instilled that in me. I asked people who were around at the time if Daddy did this. They told me that it wasn't just one-sided, the way that the movie portrayed him, that Ike and Anna Mae would get into arguments and they would smack each other. I'm not here to badmouth Tina. I've known her all my life and I still love her as though she's my mom, but I want everyone to know the truth. Daddy was really depressed after the movie came out. He wouldn't go out. He said they portrayed him as a monster, a complete beast, but that wasn't the person I knew. Once Tina left my father, all contact with the children that were outside their marriage ceased. But I still had contact with her sister Eileen. Sadly, she passed away in 2010 at the age of 74. But before Eileen passed, I called her and said, "You need to call Tina. I need to hear from her." I wanted to address the rape scene in the movie. I also called my brother Ronnie and asked him to call his mother. They both got answers from Tina, and I understood. The words were, "It felt like rape," because Ike was high. He had been doing coke all day. He was high, and it was not forceful as attacking, but it was not what you'd call love-making. It was outside his norm. Ike Turner married Ann Thomas in 1981. They divorced in 1990 as his cocaine problem spiraled out of control. Ike Turner didn't drink or do drugs until he was 30, and then he fell fast into cocaine addiction in the early 1960s. But prior to this, Daddy would walk the hallways on tour, and if he smelled marijuana, you were fired on the spot. He had zero tolerance with his band, Mia said. Ike Turner died wanting forgiveness from Tina Turner. He had also written her several letters, but never mailed them off, figuring she wouldn't get them. And on December 12, 2007, Isaiah Luster Ike Turner died at the age of 76, with the cause of death listed as accidental cocaine overdose by the San Diego County Medical Examiner. He was also suffering from emphysema and COPD.
I would like to know how you all feel about this situation, and while you are letting me know, could you please like and share this video and subscribe to Genevas Closet if you haven't already done so right here on YouTube. And you can follow me on Facebook at GenevasClosett, and you can email me at GenevasClosett22@gmail.com. You all have a fabulous day, and I will talk to you later. Bye.
When the sun shines bright, I see you there.